Welcome guys to the first episode of the Deck Tech by Raven. Hello, that's me. On the Pokemon Couple channel, a lot of you asked me on Twitch while I'm streaming about the deck, about what you should build, what's your, for example, like easiest way to get into standard, or the cheapest ways, or some budget decks. So I've decided to make this this deck tech by Raven, which we're gonna talk a lot about different decks. I'm gonna show you different decks. We're gonna build some budget things, some good things. So we'll see how this is gonna evolve, probably to something bigger. At least I hope so. So today what we're gonna start is I'm gonna show you my main deck that I'm using. A lot of you asked me about this deck, because you've saw me like having a lot of wins with it. And like, oh, Raven, show me. Like, come on, I want to see. So I've said, let's do it, and yeah, let's make it happen. So first I'm gonna show you insights, right? You will see the insights of the deck. But I think, there's a different view that's gonna be better. You'll see the insights of the deck, and later in the video you will be able to see. Yeah, that's not working, so I'm gonna do this. And later in the video you will see me actually playing this deck, piloting this deck. And if you have any more questions about the deck, just hit me up on Twitch, or do a comment, also comment down there below in the comment section. So this is a Sylveon GX Gardevoir GX deck with not a lot of supports, not a lot of other things. So first let's go through the cards. So what we've got is the EV that has energy evolution, because that's what you want to have. Turn 1 EV, play fairy type energy onto EV, evolve it to Sylveon GX, and use a magical ribbon. Turn 1 magical ribbon, it's fantastic. It gives you an early advantage, and there are always 3 ways that I'm playing the magical ribbon. It depends on what actually we have on bench, on hand, but if I have Sylveon turn 1 as an active Pokemon, there are like basically 2 options that I'm going for, depending on if I have the cards in hand or not. So Ralts, Gardevoir GX, and Rare Candy if I don't have Gardevoir, Ralts, or the Rare Candy in my hand. If I have Ralts, then it's easy, then it's Gardevoir, it's Rare Candy, and double energy, colorless for Sylveon. If I have like more of those cards, then again, like double colorless energy, so turn 2 we can actually start hitting with Fairy Wind for 110, or later in the game we can do the Plia GX, which is fantastic. And slowly I'm building towards Gardevoir on bench, so it's it's a great supporter card, but also it's a great hitter, especially against Garchomp decks. It's just fantastic. And if for decks that need to build more, like Rayquaza, like again Rayquaza, I never lost Rayquaza with this deck due to the weakness and the Plia GX ability, because if you see like Rayquaza decks, they're building a lot on bench and they're just playing it. So what Playa does is it puts 2 of those benched Pokemons with everything attached to them onto hand of our opponents. So let's say they have Rayquaza and like 4 energy on it. Bam, play, everything goes back to hand. So you slow them down, or they have Garchomp, back to energy, they have to evolve it again, or like a Swampert, whatever. So this is like slow down type of the card to slow down your opponent, card to like stall the game, get the cards you need, type like that. Okay, Comfy. Comfy. Why we're playing Comfy? It's a bizarre card, but the ability is fantastic. And ability reads each of your Pokemon that has a fairy type energy attached to it can't be affected by any special conditions. Remove any special conditions affecting those Pokemon. Pretty self-explanatory. You don't want to attack with Comfy, you don't want to do anything with it, just have it on your bench, and it's just a good card against the decks that are about poison or burn or that have Pokemon that, you know, can confuse your soul. Like, you know, you have Banette decks, you have Nihiligio, you have many other Salazol. So those decks that are revolving around a specific, you know, type of strategy of using poisoning, you know, putting to sleep or burning your active Pokemon are just destroyed by Comfy itself. Okay, next card what we have is Diancie. And it's not Diancie that you know from fighting type deck, this is a fairy type Diancie. And again, why this card? Due to the Sparkling Wish. Like, I don't care about the Diamond Storm, I haven't used it that much. Sometimes when you're facing like Alolan Ninetales or something, might be handy, but the main idea is Sparkling Wish. If you have this card as your first, you're like, oh, I don't have my Eevee, I don't have anything, and then you draw, you play your Cynthia, you have, you know, all those benched Pokemons, and you have Diancie as your active. Due to Sparkling Wish, even though if you don't have the evolution of the Pokemon on your bench, evolve it. So, you know, you can turn one evolve into Sylveon GX if you don't have Fairy type energy, and turn one evolve to Krylia, right? So one step closer to Gardevoir, and then, you know, Krylia to Gardevoir if you don't have Gardevoir as your draws. So fantastic card, helps your deck, helps with the speed of the deck basically, you know, because it gives it this one turn advantage, and kind of fixes a lot of problems with your draws if you need a evolution. I know the drawback is that it ends a turn, but again, it's not a card that has to fight, it's not a card that has to, you know, KO anyone. It's more of a supported card for Eevee and for routes. And speaking of routes, there we go, 3 routes with Draining Kiss. Good card, like, you know, that's it, that's what I can say. It's just routes with the 10 damage. It's fine. Krylia, again, you know, Smack, Magical Shot. So something that you can, you know, prepare yourself for Gardevoir, you can slowly add some energy onto it. Nothing special, but then we've got Gardevoir. From 2 nothing special Pokemons to fantastic Gardevoir GX, which is their win con in that deck. We're running 3. And basically you want to have a lot of energy on Gardevoir. Also, like, my good tip is if you're playing Gardevoir, add a baton on it. Don't go like Choice Band, can be also good, but I'm more of a baton type of guy. So if, you know, if it gets KO'd, all the energy comes back to like the second, you know, at least 3, because that's how much you can. But 3 energy goes onto another Pokemon, so it's not completely lost. And again, Secret Spring fixes your energy, because you can play 2 energies per turn thanks to it, because one from your hand and one from ability, and you can attach it to any Pokemon that you have. It's fantastic. So it fixes your Sylveon, it fixes your whole bench, and if you have like 2 Gardevoirs, you can attach 3 per turn, and it goes on and on and on. And 30 times the amount of damage of both active Pokemons have. Like, you can see why it's a great deck against Rayquaza, Garchomp, or any deck that requires a lot of energy from them. Okay, so we've got those, and then Tapu Lele. Why am I playing this Tapu Lele? Answer is simple, Alolan Ninetales. If there's an Alolan Ninetales, this is the card that I'm playing, the card that I'm running. Plus, if someone is more of a retreat type of guy, so, you know, they are retreating a lot of their Pokemons, their magical swap, they move any number of damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon to their other Pokemon, is fantastic. Let's say you've hit your opponent's Gardevoir for 150. He retrieves it, or 170. He retrieves it and plays Sylveon, or whatever. You can put all the damage from that to Sylveon. Or if they have, you know, this amount of damage on their main Pokemon, but their bench Pokemons are first forms, the basics, don't have a lot of, you know, HP, then you can get a lot of KOs due to the magical swap. Like, if you have like 150 on your opponent, or even more. Then you can have like 3 Gibbles just KO'd. So magical swap, fantastic, and the Psywave, not that good, but again, it's only again good against Ninetales or anything that blocks EX or GX's attack. And the last but not least, Tapu Lele GX. And what can I say? It's just a good card by itself. We're not using Tapu Cure. We're not even going for Tapu Cure. We don't need that. We need Wonder Tag and Energy Drive. Fantastic supporter card for fixing a lot of problems with draws. Okay, that is the first part of the deck. The second part of the deck are trainer cards. And we've got a variety of course, some of them I'm playing because I don't own some of them I play because even though they might look weird, they kind of worked for me. So we're starting with yeah, I've just discarded one. Okay, so energy recycle system. Because of the Gardevoir, we need something that even if our energy goes to discard pile, we're gonna be able to retrieve it. We're gonna be able to still use it. So that's why energy recycle system is, we can put one energy from discard pile to hand or shuffle 3 into our deck. Fantastic card, fixes a lot of problems with energy if our Gardevoir got KO'd and we didn't have anything like baton or anything on it. Okay. Next, enhanced hammer. That's something that I just like to play, just to annoy my opponents when they are playing double colorless energy. And then again, it slows them down. We don't have to, flip a coin, nothing. So we just discard special energy. Simple as that, and really, really good. Escape rope. I play escape rope just because I have 2 Guzmas. Instead of escape rope, I would play another Guzma. But if you're having, if you don't have enough Guzmas, and escape rope fixes it to some extent. Field blower. We know why field blower. There's a lot of people that are playing stadiums. There's a lot of people that are playing attachments, so batons, choice bands, a lot of things, and field blower is just for that. And also field blower is to get rid of our Shrine of Punishment. That's also a strategy. Nest ball to get those basics pretty fast, to get those items. And again, we're not running as much items as you would think of, and that's because if we are playing against Gardevoir, we can actually play around it and don't have to use a lot of items. We can use a lot of supporter cards and and the magical ribbon and other stuff. So this is like kind of play around that. Rare candy, of course, to get into Gardevoir pretty fast. That's a hollow one. Timer ball again to get those evolutions that we need. Ultra ball, get an exact card, exact Pokemon that we need onto the bench. Then Shrine of Punishment. Why do I run Shrine of Punishment even though I have like almost half a deck is GXs, right? Half a Pokemons. It's just good. It is just that good in some matchups, especially when you see someone that is going for a certain GX and they only have it on the bench. They're waiting for energy, they're waiting for something. So there are certain situations that Shrine of Punishment is fantastic. Because you don't care if if you get 10 damage, 20 damage, 30 damage. Because we've got Acerola, and I'm gonna come to her in a second. So we're not caring about that that much, but our opponent will start noticing it. Last game that I've played was my opponent played the Tapu Lele on the bench, and I've played the Shrine of Punishment, waited 6 turns. He played Tapu as an active, got an easy KO because it already has 60. Then again, Shrine of Punishment works fantastic with the normal Tapu Lele, cause you can easily transfer the damage. So another thing that you can find usage for it. So there are a lot of combinations, a lot of things that you can do it. And again, if you have it, you can just discard it with Ultra Ball or whatever. Depends on the situation. Next, Acerola. As I said, Acerola, self-explanatory card. Put one of your Pokemon that has any damage counters. with everything onto your hand. Again, works fantastic with Shrine of Punishment, works fantastic with every deck. Just a great card. Cynthia fixes a lot of problems if you have, bad first hand or bad hand in general. You can play everything. Play Cynthia, have a fresh hand. Self-explanatory right here. Diantha. Okay, this is an actually pretty nice card if you're like in the middle of the game or more or closer to the end, because your opponent thinks like, okay, I've KO'd this supporter card is in this card pile, or he played like 4 Guzmas, whatever, he's not gonna be able to get an item. Then Diantha lets you draw 2 cards, whatever card it is, from your discard pile straight to your hand. It can fix a lot of things. Let's say they've KO'd, like one of your Gardevoir is in this card pile. You have Kirilla on your bench and 1 or 2 Gardevoirs in this card pile. It's kind of hard to do, but then again, one of your Pokemon get KO'd, you get a Gardevoir, and you just go and you keep running and you win the game. Fisherman, good for basic energy card from this card pile onto your hand. Self-explanatory. Guzma, I don't think I need to explain why Guzma. Like, it fixes a lot of problems, helps get, easy KOs. Just a fantastic card. Hala, because we're using a lot of, Sylveon GXs, Sylveon GX attack, Hala is really good to draw those 7 cards. But again, it works kind of a judge on you, or just an additional draw. I use it mainly when I have like a really bad hand, then for 4. But the more I use it when I played Sylveon GX's player, and then I have a fresh hand of 7 cards. Late in the game, gives a fantastic advantage. Just a great card in general. How? Just those easy draws, those 3 cards. Nothing special. Lucamine, put 2 in any combination of supporter and stadium cards from a discard pile. So again, we're digging in a discard pile if, let's say, our Shrine of Punishment got blown, or any supporter card that we wanted got put into a discard pile. Kate and Liz, fantastic on its own. Works like one-way Guzmas. You can switch your Pokemon with one of your bench, and that's how you're gonna use it mainly. But again, there will be times when that's the only card in your hand, so you want to shuffle that and get a new 5 cards, so fresh cards. So you see, there's deck is consistent. The consistency of the deck is damage everywhere. Play with this damage and a lot of discard pile interaction and a lot of fresh hands. So it's great, and it's pretty easy to pilot. Team Skull Grunt, that's a card that I just love to play because it's annoying to our opponent. Like, nothing is better than a turn 1 Team Skull Grunt to slow down our opponent if they have an energy. So discarding 2 energy from our opponent hand is just great on its own. I love it. And Underground Expedition, again, 2 additional draws. Good card. Helped me a lot of times. And it seems weak, but the more you're gonna play it, the more you see, okay, I get why. Because you get, those 2 cards, you look at those 4, you exactly get the 2 that you want from those 4. So it's fine. Then, Choice Band, of course, to get more damage on the GX EX's card. Wishful Baton, to not waste and to not, get rid of the energy. And then 2 double colorless energy. Go here. And 13 fairy energy. You can go down to even less, so like 10 fairy. I just like having a little bit more, like this additional 1-2 energies. That's I like, and they're really working for me. So that is a deck tech. If you have any questions about the deck, like here's the ratio: 2 EVs, 2 Sylveon GXs, 1 Comfy, 1 Diancai. 3 Routes, 3 Kirilias, 3 Gardevoir GXs, 1 Tapu Lele, and 1 Tapu Lele GX. And the rest of the ratio is right here, so you can easily see that. And again, now it's gonna transform into me live from Twitch, like we're playing those games with this deck. And if you have any more questions, because I know I'm not talking a lot about piloting the deck while I'm playing it, but while I'm be playing it, you'll see some patterns, you will see things that you can do with this deck. I'm gonna choose like 3 games, so you have against different opponents. I will try to get Rayquaza, Garchomp, and something else. And in another deck tag, I think we're gonna do a Garchomp deck, because this is the first deck you wanted to do after theme decks to get in started, and that's a really easy way to get into standard. That's a really easy way to enjoy standard and piss everyone off. So thank you guys so much for that, and now we're going to the second part of the video. So thank you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And second part of the video is comments, so those are the games. Yeah! And so yeah, Gardevoir Sylveon deck against Gardevoir Sylveon deck. So is it going to be a mirror match? I'm really curious if it's going to be a mirror match. I really am. Because if it is going to be, then it's gonna be super fun to play. Okay, first hand mulligan right off the bat, like it's not even remotely okay. And if he has V in his first hand, then ooh, boy, that might be problematic. Let's put it this way, that might be problematic. Okay, no additional Pokemons. I have an EV2, so okay. You've got Eevee, you've got Baton or Candy, so my strategy is to go for routes, and like before I'm gonna go for routes. Of course I'm gonna play Cynthia. Or not. So that's a wait, what? Well, okay. This works as well. No, because what I was thinking is the Cynthia okay, because I have so many components of the things I want. So rare candy, double energy. And I wouldn't probably go for that. I don't know. So, okay, so what deck are you having? A cane? Heads, always heads. Like I am the heads guy. I'd like to go first, and not really, no. Okay, 2 EVs, so turn 1 to Sylveon GX, 1 Sylveon GX. It is really fine. Nothing else, so we're gonna go for routes, rare candy, and double energy. I think that would be our move. With routes, we need routes to slowly build up towards Gardevoir. Double energy, like it depends on what is he going to play, and how is he, and how his turn is gonna look like. But okay, this is a Garchomp deck with a splash of Vulpix, probably looking at the water type. So we're facing the cheapest standard deck, which I'm gonna talk about in the next video on my channel. Not the one that talking about the Sylveon Gardevoir there, but in another one. But it's fine, like it's not bad. And due to weakness, because wait, what? Okay, I'm trying to. It doesn't have energy. I don't believe he has an energy. Or he does, okay. But not the energy that is needed for Ascension. So that is good, that gives us hope. Definitely. But also, like, we have to do what we have to do, so double energy definitely to get, you know, the early attack. And having to be fast, so I don't know if Ralt is a good thing. You know what? No. Hammer and double energy. That's exactly what I need. Hammer to get rid of the double energy on the Garchomp, basically, because I think he's gonna do Gabite and Ascension into Garchomp. So the hammer is a perfect. Wait, what? Okay. So what is he planning with the Gibble here? I'm super confused, but okay. We're gonna play Ralts, like the hammer, like, you know, the idea is still there. Energy. And that is it. And it's gonna be the first KO. The rescue stretcher for another Gibble. Interesting. Okay. So 2 Gibbles, 1 Gabite. Ooh. It broke. Okay, this might be a stupid idea, but I think, yeah. So what I need to do is to get rid of this Gabite right here. So I want to do Escape Rope first. Then Enhanced Hammer, Double Energy, and Guzma. If he's going to do what I think he's going to do. Or he's not. Or he's gonna play, you know, safe and play something else. Because if we're gonna play Gabite here, okay. Not make any sense. Yeah, I think, yeah, that I've made a misplay in big times. That was a big one. You know what? I'm gonna get there. At least Oranguru. Bendy. And a Grunt. Like, I know that is the weird play. I know. I made so many misplays here. Damn it. Stuff that shouldn't happen. It really shouldn't happen. But okay, you know, it's fine. Of course, the judge. Okay. Oh! Oh. And that was a perfect judge. We still have our rare candy, we still have Gardevoir, which is great. And he has to dig for energy. For his third one. So it all comes down to, you know, just being patient. I know I want full picks. Just patience. Gardevoir, there we go. Like, we have this advantage of, you know, energy, cards. They see that we don't have a weakness. Card draw. No, I don't care the order here. Yeah, onto Gardevoir. And that's the thing, I know what I can do and I know I can use the play. So I'm just gonna give him one more turn. I know it might bite me in the end. But I'm scared of him playing Alon Ninetales, so yeah, I need to play around. Oh, what was that? I need to play around Alon Ninetales. But we'll see. Hopefully, it's gonna work the way I want it to work. Why shouldn't it, right? Okay, still have no energy. Fine. Better win, let's go. Okay, Riolu, Lucario. That's fine. You know what? Now I can do this. Please. Now we'll give him time to basically draw cards. Yeah, Vulpix. Unfortunately, the mistakes here were not as big. Like, I'm still taunted by play. I'm still taunted by the GX. And if he's going to, Okay, so where Candy went here. Does he have double colorless? That he went here or not? Come on, tell me. I wanna know. I don't think so. And I don't know how many ones in his there are a few more in his deck. Oh, Guzma, alright, that is interesting. So does he have Cynthia? If he has Cynthia, then sure. But yeah, the answer is no. I'm gonna check what he has. Oh, that's gotta hurt. That was a double colorless that he needed. And basically, that's a KO here on the Garchomp due to weakness. With no stress. I guess even if you have misplays with this deck, you still end up winning. Nah, don't be tempted. Don't be. Go for a game. Go for it. And Danish, did you just lost? No, you've won. Holy hell, you've won! Whoa, that is a lot of feathers that you've won. Congrats! Congrats! Would you like to go first? No. Skills, yeah. So now you have to win the whole giveaway. Who will win? I'm going with Danish. Just because of the meme deck, and I hope, you know. But I still think you should make a Guzzler deck. Like, you know, we need to make him do a Guzzler deck. Really. What idea? Nah. You see, you have a disadvantage because you don't own a Guzzler deck. I'm telling you. Hey Crunchy, how's it going? Yeah, because daily you have what? 2 Guzzlords? Like, you can have almost the whole setup. That's what I'm telling him, like, dude, do a Guzzler deck. We all want to hate you. How's it going, Crunchy? How are you doing today? How much energy in a Guzzler deck? Depends. We can even go 51, 56. But I would actually go like 51, 52 energy. You overalls? No, we don't. Okay, so if you're downloading it, so even though I have the beginner's guide on YouTube, I'm gonna tell you this here. And if anyone wants to check, you know, amazing YouTube and amazing pack openings, and today we're doing a deck tech on YouTube. You can check it out at the YouTube channel that I'm doing with my fiance. But first things first, what you want to do is do the tutorial. After tutorial, play some single player games, because there is a single player inside. And after having 500 coins, go and buy yourself a theme deck in game. It costs 500, and the one you want actually is a Max Strike with Gardevoir. It's one of like the 4 best theme decks, but I choose Max Strike also because it's the easiest deck to get into standard, because basically half of this deck is really good in standard. So the more you're gonna play, you know, you get a better understanding of this theme deck. You can take it to standard, you know, do some little changes. And again, if you're having a theme deck, yeah, but you know, the best to start your adventure with. Yeah, I'm telling you, Imperial Command, Max Strike, the Sceptile deck, and Imperial Command are good, but the cheapest way to get yourself into standard is through Max Strike. And I'm gonna argue with everyone who says not. Because that is true, because it's the cheapest way to get a nice standard deck that then can evolve to something else. So, as I was saying, so you want that, and then there's a mode in the versus that is called theme deck, and you can play against other theme decks, so you're not on the big waters, you're not against standard decks, expanded decks, legacy decks. You're against other people that have, you know, the same decks as you, the theme decks, the pre-constructed ones. And this will help you like learn the game, learn the basics, do the ladder, because you can do the ladder with it. really fun. And really, really, really good. And yeah, then, you know, then you're gonna slowly evolve into standard. We've got the first really get a first GX. I don't remember that, but I'm gonna assume that's true. But yeah, I think, yeah, I think that's. And you know, even if you're gonna lose some games, then, you know, when you're gonna be creating your first standard deck, I hope it's not gonna, you know, scare you a lot, because like making the first standard deck, it can be problematic. But you have experience, you've played the Game Boy game, so you have the basics. Now you just have to, you know, get the basics of the GX cards, the stadiums, supporter cards. But, you know, the Garchomp deck will help you with it a lot. Just because of the interaction in between cards, such as Lucario and Garchomp, or Cynthia and Garchomp, which are phenomenal. So. Yeah, loads of fun. Okay, the power draw, sure. Okay, this, the energy, and the Entourage. Gardevoir up and running. Oh, am I going to KO Wampert? I think so. Guess I can try. Why not? But I think, yeah. Yep, 90. Here we go.